Hi friends, welcome to our channel where we delve into the fascinating world of retro cars. Today, we're going to cover some of the most exciting and forgotten classic cars that have left their mark on motorsport history. Get comfortable, and let's take this journey through time together. Ford GT40, 1964 to 1969. The Ford GT40 is one of the most legendary race cars in motorsport history, symbolizing the struggle for supremacy on the racetrack. The creation of the GT40 stems from the Ford versus Ferrari rivalry that erupted in the mid-1960s and led to one of the most colorful chapters in the history of automobile racing. The story begins when Henry Ford II, wanting to strengthen Ford's position in the global market, tried to acquire Ferrari. However, the deal fell through at the last moment, and Enzo Ferrari refused to sell the company. This incident became the starting point for the creation of the Ford GT40, which was conceived as a means of defeating Ferrari on the racetrack, and in particular, at the 24 Hours of Le Mans. The GT40 was designed in England, where engineers used British technology, and combined it with Ford's American V8 engines, which were incredibly powerful. The first years of the project proved difficult. The car did not immediately become competitive, but Ford did not give up. Under the leadership of Carroll Shelby, the Ford team refined the car, and in 1966, the GT40 reached the pinnacle of glory, winning Le Mans and triumphing over Ferrari. The Ford GT40's triumph at the 24 Hours of Le Mans was historic, as the car won the race 4 years in a row from 1966 to 1969. It was not only a success on the racetrack, but also a symbolic victory for American automotive engineering over the dominant European manufacturers. The GT40 not only had a powerful engine, but also had advanced for its time aerodynamic solutions and thoughtful design, which allowed it to maintain high speed and stability throughout the race. Special attention should be paid to the GT40 Mark II, which was equipped with a 7-liter V8 engine that developed more than 500 horsepower. This car became Ford's main weapon in the fight with Ferrari, and helped the American auto giant to take the first 3 places at Le Mans in 1966. An amazing achievement that went down in motorsport history. Ferrari 250 GTO, 1962 to 1964. The Ferrari 250 GTO is arguably the most iconic car in Ferrari history and one of the most famous racing cars of all time. Its extreme rarity, outstanding racing achievements, and cult status make it an object of admiration among collectors and classic car enthusiasts. The creation of the 250 GTO stemmed from Ferrari's desire to create a car that could dominate international racetracks. In the early 1960s, the company had already established itself as one of the best race car manufacturers, but Enzo Ferrari wanted to reaffirm its reputation once again. In 1962, the Ferrari 250 GTO appeared, a car designed for racing in the GT category. The car's design was the responsibility of young engineer Giotto Bizzarini, who created the chassis and aerodynamics, and behind the engine was a 3.0-liter V12 developing about 300 horsepower. One of the key features of the 250 GTO was its ability to combine racing performance with high handling. This car could reach speeds of up to 280 kilometers per hour, which was an impressive figure for the time. In addition, its lightweight construction and perfectly balanced chassis allowed drivers to corner with exceptional precision and speed. Thanks to these qualities, the 250 GTO dominated endurance racing and won numerous titles, including victories in the Tour de France and other major events. However, it was not only its racing successes that made the Ferrari 250 GTO a legend. Its extreme rarity played an important role in its emergence as one of the most expensive and collectible cars in the world. Only 36 examples were produced in total, making it an object of lust for collectors. In recent years, the Ferrari 250 GTO has broken all records for value when one example was sold at auction for over $70 million. Porsche 956/962, 1982 to 1994. The Porsche 956 and its modernized version, the 962, were cars that became endurance racing legends and some of the most successful race cars in motorsports history. These cars epitomized engineering innovation and won countless victories in international competitions, including the 24 Hours of Le Mans. The Porsche 956 was created in the early 1980s when motorsport was on the verge of significant change. At that time, the World Sports Car Championship was introducing a new Group C, which required cars to be fuel-efficient without sacrificing power. Porsche, as always, was at the forefront of such innovations, and in 1982 introduced the 956, a car that combined advanced aerodynamics, innovative materials, and a powerful 2.65-liter twin-turbocharged engine. The 956 immediately showed its competitiveness. At Le Mans in 1982, the Porsche 956 took the first 3 places, demonstrating absolute dominance on the track. But that was just the beginning. In the following years, the 956 and its updated version, the 962, which appeared in 1984, became unbeatable on circuits around the world. The Porsche 962 continued the success of its predecessor and dominated endurance racing until the mid-1990s. One of the key features of these cars was their aerodynamic perfection. The Porsche 956/962 had a low stance and were designed to minimize drag, which allowed them to reach incredible speeds on the straights of the track. The car was also equipped with a system that made efficient use of downforce, which improved handling at high speeds. Equally important was their engine, a powerful turbocharged motor that was both efficient and reliable. This ensured the car was capable of competing in long races such as the 24 Hours of Le Mans, where reliability of the machinery played a key role. The Porsche 956 and 962 won 7 consecutive Le Mans victories between 1982 and 1987, a record in the history of endurance racing. These cars not only set a new standard in racing technology, but also symbolized Porsche's success on the world racing scene. McLaren MP4/4, 1988. The McLaren MP4/4 was one of the most successful cars in Formula One history, dominating the 1988 season. This car was developed by McLaren engineers in collaboration with Honda, who supplied the engine. The main reason why the MP44 became a legend was because of its astonishing track record. It won 15 of the 16 races in the season, setting one of the best records in Formula One history. The MP4/4 was the result of the work of a talented team of engineers led by Steve Nichols and Gordon Murray. The main goal was to create a car as adapted as possible to the new rules introduced in Formula One in 1988, when the use of turbo engines was limited. McLaren took the bold step of partnering with Honda, who provided a powerful 1.5-liter turbocharged V6RA168E engine. This engine was incredibly powerful and reliable, developing up to 900 horsepower in qualifying settings and around 700 horsepower in race mode. The MP4/4 featured not only a powerful engine, but also a revolutionary design. It had a low stance, which provided minimal air resistance as well as superior aerodynamic efficiency. The car's suspension and chassis were designed to unleash the full potential of the Honda engine, providing stability at high speeds and handling in tight corners. This car literally stuck to the track, giving its drivers incredible confidence in every race. The most prominent drivers of the McLaren MP44 were Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost, two world-class drivers who made this car truly legendary. During the 1988 season, Senna won the championship with 8 wins and Prost won 7 races, leading to McLaren's complete dominance of the championship. It was one of the most brilliant seasons in Formula One history, where the MP4/4 showed its absolute power and reliability. Audi Quattro, 1980 to 1987. The Audi Quattro was the car that changed the world of rallying forever by introducing a revolutionary all-wheel drive system to motorsport. Before the Quattro, four-wheel drive cars were not considered competitive on the racetrack, but Audi shattered those stereotypes and created the car that led the brand to its greatest success in the World Rally Championship. The Audi Quattro story began in 1980, when Audi decided to introduce an all-wheel drive system originally developed for military vehicles into a sports car. The Quattro received a powerful 2.1-liter 5-cylinder turbocharged engine that produced about 200 horsepower in the production version and considerably more in the racing versions. In the World Rally Championship, WRC, Audi Quattro debuted in 1981 and immediately began to show impressive results. The car easily overcame sections of tracks where rear-wheel drive and front-wheel drive cars had difficulties. The all-wheel drive system allowed the Quattro to maintain stability and control on the most difficult corners and slippery surfaces. Already in 1982, Audi won the title in the manufacturer's standings, and in 1983, Finnish star Hannu Mikkola won the World Rally Championship with the Quattro. The Audi Quattro remained a dominant force in rallying for several years. Audi won 2 more WRC titles in 1984 and 1985, and the Quattro continued to improve. Engineers introduced a number of new technologies to the car, including more powerful turbocharged engines and an improved drive system. Of particular note was the Audi Sport Quattro, a shorter and lighter version of the car that became even more competitive. The Audi Quattro changed rallying by becoming the first all-wheel drive car to win the World Rally Championship. It opened a new era in motorsport and set new standards for the cars of the future. Quattro's influence on the automotive industry and motorsport cannot be overstated, and even today, all-wheel drive technology is key in rally racing and sports cars. Lancia Stratos HF, 1973 to 1978. The Lancia Stratos HF is one of the most iconic and successful cars in the history of rally racing. The Stratos was specifically designed to dominate the World Rally Championship, and it did so with remarkable ease, winning 3 consecutive championship titles in 1974, 1975, and 1976. The creation of the Stratos began as an ambitious project by Lancia, who wanted to build a car ideally suited to the rally circuit. Lancia's chief engineer, Marcello Gandini, presented the concept of a compact and light car with a short wheelbase that would provide excellent maneuverability on the narrow and winding sections of rally tracks. The car received a wedge-shaped body, which improved aerodynamics and made it look futuristic. One of the key features of the Stratos was its engine, a 2.4-liter V6 borrowed from the Ferrari dyno. This engine developed about 190 to 240 horsepower in the racing version and provided the car with excellent dynamics. The Lancia Stratos was incredibly fast and stable on the most difficult surfaces such as gravel, mud, and snow, making it a formidable force in the rally world. Stratos made its rallying debut in 1973 and quickly established itself as the absolute leader. Thanks to its lightness and incredible maneuverability, the car became a favorite on narrow mountainous sections such as the Monte Carlo Rally, where fast reactions and maximum control precision were required. In 1974, Lancia won the World Rally Championship, and in 1975 and 1976, the Stratos continued to dominate, winning both the manufacturers' and private drivers' standings. The Lancia Stratos HF has remained in history as one of the most successful rally cars of all time. Her unique design, performance, and innovation made her iconic, and she continues to inspire car enthusiasts and professionals around the world. Although her racing career was relatively short, her legacy lives on through her iconic status in the world of motorsport. Mercedes-Benz W96, 1954 to 1955. The Mercedes-Benz W96 is one of the most prominent race cars in Formula One history, epitomizing Mercedes-Benz's return to the world racing scene after World War II. The W196 came to symbolize the engineering excellence and technological innovation that allowed the Mercedes-Benz team to dominate Formula One in 1954 and 1955. The main feature of the W196 was its 2.5-liter inline 8-cylinder engine with direct fuel injection. This engine was developed from technology used in the aircraft industry, allowing the car to display an impressive output of around 290 horsepower. This was an incredible achievement at the time, and the W196 became one of the most powerful cars on the Formula One circuits. The engine was mounted in a lightweight and rigid tube frame chassis, which optimized weight distribution and improved handling. Besides the powerful engine, one of the most innovative features of the W196 was its aerodynamics. Mercedes-Benz offered two body versions, an open cockpit for conventional circuits and a streamlined body with closed wheels for high-speed races, such as the French Grand Prix at the Ramsgau circuit. With the W196, Mercedes-Benz entered the Formula One arena in 1954 with driver Juan Manuel Fangio, who was already considered one of the best drivers in the world. In his debut season in the W196, Fangio was an immediate success, winning the French Grand Prix. This was only the first of many triumphs. That season, Fangio won the championship title, and the W196 became the protagonist of the championship, ensuring the dominance of the Mercedes-Benz team. In 1955, the W196 continued its winning performances, again leading Fangio to the championship title. The car was incredibly fast and reliable, allowing Mercedes to win the majority of the season's races. The engineering team also played an important role in the success, constantly improving the car with better suspension, brakes, and aerodynamics. However, despite its outstanding achievements, the W196's Formula One career was relatively short. After a tragic accident at the Le Mans race in 1955, when more than 80 people died, Mercedes-Benz decided to retire from motorsport, and the W196 never raced again. Nevertheless, the legacy of this car lives on today. The W196 remains a symbol of technical excellence and revolutionary solutions that forever changed the way race cars were built. Thank you for being with us. We hope you enjoyed our review of rare and legendary cars. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new releases. See you soon on our channel, and remember that the history of cars is full of amazing stories that are yet to be discovered.